I'm Katie.
I'm Kylie.
And this is
You're Not Paranoid. So I'm also reading a book, but I want you to finish your thing first.
Okay. I'm Katie, and
Oh, I'm Kylie.
Atomic Habits book. Is that what you want me to
Yeah,
say?
we were kind of talking about
Yeah,
that.
we're
Yeah.
talking about that. And he has a podcast. I do not know the name of it, but his name is James Clear.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. Ooh, I'm gonna stop saying that. I say that a lot. I remember that last episode. I said that like 10 times in
Maybe
the
that's
first
just
2
your
minutes.
thing.
It's not. I don't want it to be my thing.
Okay, well,
We'll
you can have
drop
it.
it.
Okay.
I'll come up with other words.
Okay.
I almost said it again. So that's a cool podcast / book.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage in, garbage out. So I was recently referred to read the book Steal Like an Artist by
Steal, like
no.
STEAL.
Like steal it, like take it. Steal. It's a book about how to make steel art. No. Steal Like an Artist is I should know. You're so good at knowing the author's name.
Thank you.
Like yeah. Artiste. It's super fantastic. And I'm in that annoying phase by Austin Kleon.
Okay.
And I'm in that super annoying phase where I keep saying to people, I read this book or in my book and in the book says, like, that's the phase I'm in right now because I'm so into it. And it's essentially like a self-help book, but in the way of like not in an annoying way. It's very like tidbits of information about for people to be access their creative self.
Mm.
So the premise of Steal Like an Artist is the concept of, like copying those you admire. So say one of the examples was like Kobe Bryant was obsessed with, his heroes and he loved their moves and he practiced their moves. Well, at some point, and like even from an actual, from an art perspective, if you're obsessed with someone's art, you can do their art. Another example was like fan fiction. If you like a movie, but you're like, this is missing an element that I'm going to write my own version of this, is copying that. But what makes it special is that it becomes, instead of mimicking it, it transforms into your own work because actually it's your interpretation of that. So it's not plagiarism or copying per se. It's the molding of it into what inspires you and what it becomes.
Yeah. Or maybe it even probably makes it less scary to try if you think that you're like not having to come up with like an original idea, but then in doing it, you kind of are.
And that's exactly what they're saying, like Steal Like an Artist, is that there's like so many different, it's cool because there's so many different quotes and stories and they credit like all these people. So I don't remember who said this, but there was some quote that said, everything that could be said has already been said. No one was there to hear, but no one was there to hear it. So now we must say it again. So who cares? Like everything, that's the same thing as like, I think Gary Vee and a lot of different influencers and entrepreneurs say it's like, yeah, sure, people have done it. People have done whatever it is. The people have done podcasts. I've done, fitness trainer, whatever you may be doing, but you haven't done it. Your version hasn't been spoken. How you say it hasn't been shared.
Yes.
No one can duplicate what you're doing. So don't plagiarize. Don't take exactly. Don't try to take credit for the work, but it's be inspired by it, and it's okay, and that's good, and that's kind of how it goes.
Interesting.
It will not be the exact same thing because it's you doing it. So
I like that.
and then it breaks it down into like 500 different things and how to be like one of the things was like today that I was reading was the thing that you're doing while you procrastinate your work is probably the thing you should be doing for work. I was like,
What do you mean?
so like say for
Oh, like
example,
what you go to?
yeah, what's your go-to when you procrastinate your work? That's probably what you should actually be doing.
Mm.
So if like for example, if you had work to do and you're like a doodler, like to draw, it's like that's probably what you should be doing because that's your actual like go-to thing. Just stuff like that. Very like practical advice, things that make sense and about like identifying your heroes. And then I realized I had no heroes, and then I got kind of sad, and then I had sat on it for a couple more days and like found some people that I admire. So it's stuff like that. It's like start studying the people that you admire. Anyways, you'll read the book. It's great.
I like
I could talk about this all day. It's amazing. I'm only a couple of chapters in, but I already feel inspired. And
nice.
that's kind of the point. And it's geared towards creative people, but it could be for anything. It could be for
Mhm.
writing, drawing, photography, acting, sports, whatever there is to be creative or anything, which humans are naturally creative because that's just kind of living, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like I want to do something more creative, but I have such a limiting like idea on what creativity means.
Right.
Even
Yes.
though it's like I know that it could be like you can put like creativity into anything,
Look at
but
behind you. You're already creative. You have cute little flowers on your pillow.
uh,
You have a
well, but I
cool,
didn't make them.
but you chose them.
True.
You made your wall match your pillows, right?
Yeah. We went to LACMA yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and the exhibit that I really liked was I didn't write their name down. Um, but it was interesting because it was mostly words. And
Huh.
so it was like kind of like the one that I liked the most
Oh,
was
I know
like
the artist. Is it Ray Dunn?
it was just an art on the canvas. Oh my God. No, but there was one room where it had like three TV monitors,
Uh-huh.
and then like the one was the Pledge of Allegiance. And so it would go like one word at a time, and then it would say like I pledge, and then pledge would change to like forced, like this, and then like allegiance. And then like it would do the whole thing, and then it would make like a clicking sound with each like change of the word. And then it did
Whoa.
marriage vows, and then it did like last will and testament. It was really cool, like the
Whoa.
words that they chose to like substitute. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh dang. And so that was
Like
kind of like
heavy.
their
Yeah.
art was like overlaying words on different things or just like little phrases. And then they had like phrases on the um floor and stuff. I don't know, I like that one. I was like, see, I was like, this is art. And it's
Yeah.
more like a like I don't know, like a writing type of
Accessible?
thing, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause isn't art just like anything that like invokes an emotion?
Mhm.
Is invoke the right word? I said it
I
and then I
think so.
regretted it. Okay,
No, yeah,
great.
that's right.
Okay, cool, cool. You're my dictionary.
Thanks. I try.
Out loud, thesaurus, spell
Well,
check,
it's cool on Kindle, like when you read, you can like press down on the
and
word.
highlight. Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
do
I
that a
hope I
lot.
remember.
Like, what's that mean? Yeah,
Mhm.
very convenient. That's cool. Yeah, exactly, exactly. There are things and it does, and that's why I'm like, I think obsessed with this book because it's like giving you. I feel like I'm getting permission to
Mhm.
see things in a different light that I didn't really look at it before, or it
Mhm.
just like spells it out for you. Kind of like it feels like almost like cheating, like a shortcut. You're like, oh, that's how they got there. That's like that makes sense. Like why people think like that, or
Mhm.
you know, kind of like takes the pressure off. Like you're saying, having to identify what is and is not creative.
Yeah.
Once you see what superpowers you got, it's like, yeah, that's creative.
Mhm.
You know, that's cool. Yay.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Even and the other one was like letting your hobbies. I think you would like this. Let your hobbies talk to each other, connect with each other.
Oh.
So it's like for me, I like to do. jujitsu and podcasting, and I started doing some acting stuff. And I did some other stuff too, but like those ones I found myself already making connections. Is like, well, when I do jujitsu, when I compete, it's like the ultimate test of how, like, what skills I know, what am I able to do. Right now with acting, I'm kind of curious about like getting into auditions, and I'm like, instead of putting the pressure on it, like, oh, to make money, why not make it put myself to the ultimate test to see how my skills are doing. So like connecting those two.
Mm,
It doesn't have to be a creative thing, but still just letting them interact and seeing how they can help each other. Mind blowing.
I like
So it
that.
kind of like restructured my thinking and helped me like feel more at peace. Cause I'm like, oh, that I understand.
Mhm.
Because at first I was like, oh, auditions, like so much pressure. That's scary. Like, or it's just a test to see if I can do what I'm doing because I like doing what I'm doing and I
Mhm.
don't feel as scared. You see, you should read it. I'm excited,
Yeah, I would
especially
like
if you
to
have a
read it.
Kindle. Download it now. We're all gonna
Okay.
watch Kitty download it.
Boop 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 beep boop boop.
Well, that was so fast. You must have great Wi-Fi. This episode
Yeah.
is sponsored by Spectrum.
How dare you? Oh no, I think we are
Just kidding.
Spectrum. I don't know.
We are too.
We're like, blah, blah, blah.
But why are you guys really here? Is it to hear about my burrito dilemmas?
I'm
Yes,
invested.
yes, it is. We have a super.
We're gonna watch Kylie eat her burrito
Oh my
and
gosh.
she's gonna review it live.
Yeah, I'm a food taster. I'm gonna like
Oh, we
all
could do
the
some
mouth.
ASMR.
Yeah, burrito ASMR. That sounds inappropriate.
Well,
Um,
don't Google it,
that's like
maybe.
my worst nightmare, honestly, burrito ASMR. I would like lose my
Any,
effing mind.
I don't like ASMR that
No,
much.
it makes me feel like someone's whispering in my ear, and I'm like, "You're too close. Get away
Hmm.
from me." Like
You're like,
nobody. Yeah,
like
exactly.
who's there?
I'm like, please stop because like no one talks like that ever. And if my husband did, I'd be like, get out of my ear.
Yeah. It's
It's
definitely
just
not
like
for us because you're supposedly for the people that are into it, you feel like very calm and like pleasant.
I feel like they're trying to arouse me about things that are not arousing.
But see, that's the thing
Like,
is supposedly not. I mean, there's probably like some that are supposed to do that, but the general ones are not supposed to be like sexual.
ugh, just let that.
Ugh. My microphone is.
Katie's like, it's not supposed to be sexual, but wow. Microphone is flying out. Meanwhile, I'm like literally shuddering at the
The
thought of it.
microphone is like, oh,
Oh,
it's not. Goodbye.
I was here for the sexual stuff.
They're
No,
like, it's
yeah.
like, get a little closer, baby.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, no, I don't like it. And I have misophonia, so
Oh, for sure. Me
yeah.
too.
It's that thing where you can't handle certain sounds. You
Especially
want to
eating.
makes you want to hurt someone.
It does make me quite angry.
There's other sounds too though that I forgot I had where even just thinking about it makes me like yeah. One of them is paper on paper, like paper napkins. Like people do this thing where they want to like wipe their fingers off and then the paper skids on the paper as they do like this.
That's an
Mm-mm.
interesting one.
That one is associated because I don't like the feeling of that, and so when I hear the feeling, I feel the
Mm.
feeling. So it's like how people don't like certain textures.
Yeah, my brother's like that with cotton balls.
So is my cousin.
Like,
And
actually, I think he's borderline the phobia that we talked about a long time
yes,
ago,
yes,
where
yes.
he like won't
Yeah,
go near
won't
them.
touch. Yeah. I mean, I don't like them either, but that's the same concept where like
I
just the
can
thought of
get
the
like the
feeling.
chill to go down my spine when I touch a cotton ball, but
Yeah,
I'm not like afraid of it.
yeah, for sure. It's not like,
It's
yeah,
weird though, like that reaction.
it is. Nope. But you understand
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
feeling that you feel. That's how I feel with the paper on the paper. It's like, and it really, it's not funny.
I know it's not.
Ew, that was a delete that. I don't know what that was. I looked like a rapping bunny with a double chin. So I was like,
That could be
that's
your
me
rapper
pouting.
name.
Rapping bunny?
Yeah, or like
Bunny with an
Angry Bunny.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little bunny. Well, Bad Bunny could work
Ooh.
with him.
Oh, is that already a person?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I feel like this little thing looks like a virus with its legs.
Yeah, it does.
Like a bacteriophage.
Hmm.
You want us to prove that we're science people? Anytime, challenge
And then
us.
there's it's RNA that's coming out
It's like
into
pooping it out.
the
And like these are the little spike proteins. If you want to talk about
Mhm.
COVID,
Mhm.
there's
There we
the
go.
RNA.
The more you know.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
you're also welcome. Yeah,
So
we're welcoming you.
we're welcoming you into
Yeah,
science.
for sure. No updates on the burrito, so I guess that's on the way.
Ugh.
Okay, so
I do have
back to
one. Save it for the podcast.
yay. Okay,
It's a very random one.
here, yeah.
But I had written it down in the front of this one because I think of something we were talking about, and I was like, I'll save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
So, not a long time ago, I was looking for birthday presents, like
For me,
ideas for you for your 30th birthday last year. Oh, I
that
don't
was
know
a
if I'm
while
allowed to
ago.
say that. Um, do you want your
I think
age?
we've talked about that
Oh,
several
okay.
times, so I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay. And I had meant to send this to you after your birthday, but one of you know how like Google will have like Google Shopping, like at the
Yeah.
top when it thinks you're looking for like things to buy.
Yeah.
One of them was an all pink casket.
No. Ew.
I
Why?
was like, say what? And I screenshotted it. I'll have to see if I still have it,
Dude.
but it was the most. Everything else was like 30th like themed gifts, and then literally just in the middle, pink casket, and then I was like, is that like a joke or something? Because you're like so old, but no, it was like several $1,000s. So I think it was a literal pink casket. I was like, I don't know, maybe if that's like something you buy your friend for later. Like, hey, do you have room in your garage to
Here's
store
a
your
pink
casket?
casket.
Or maybe you sleep in it, like some I don't know. Just get ready.
I have so many questions. Or just like mounts it in your wall, like on your wall, like, oh, like look at
Yeah.
me. Like it not. Oh, am I allowed to say that? Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh,
They have the thing
nuts.
where you can like sit in the casket and you're like,
Do they still have that?
yeah,
I haven't gone in so long. There's a lot of news stories about how it's turned very
not nice.
not nice. There's like always fights
Oh
there.
no, I haven't seen any. I mean, I was in one, but I haven't like seen any others.
You're like besides
Fighting
the one I
ghosts.
started.
Yeah, I fight the Western people. They just
Mm.
like to,
I fight the people on the train.
yeah, yeah. Like this is a hold up, and you're
I'm
like,
like, no, it's not.
motherfucker, with your like, whatever the like the fake gun with the cork. Katie's like, I got it. Like, okay, put that here. Put like the little like,
Yeah.
here it is, little like
You guys
gun
remember
that
that?
it's like the cork, like you pull
Mhm.
it and the cork goes
Yeah,
in. You
and it
go,
goes.
it's like or something. I don't not like that. Yeah, like what you just did. Yeah,
Thanks. That's
that's
really
better.
fun to hear too when you're walking around.
Oh my
Like
god, yeah, it's
everyone and their
like
mom. Oh, and then
parents are like
also
drinking. Yeah.
semi-related. When I was looking up the Bop It pictures for our other episode. I was
Yeah.
like seeing if we could like buy one still.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
there's one on eBay and it was like vintage toy from the 90s.
No.
And I was like, middle finger.
Like
I was like, so we're in the vintage category now.
a-holes. I mean, I would be stoked on the Gigapet, but Bop It being vintage.
Yeah, I would go. I'd like a Tamaguchi.
Mhm.
I think they
I
have
think that's
them.
more of what I meant. Gigapet,
Well, they have
Tamagotchi.
like there's a bunch, and you just keep them all on a keychain.
Yeah. I had a Dalmatian.
I think I had like the one that was like kind of like more of like a U-shaped.
Mhm.
Is that those one like they were dogs, different dog ones?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm having major flashbacks.
Dude, those were so cool.
Yeah.
That's the kind of technological entertainment we had.
Yeah. And then I had a robot dog I bought with my own money. It was like, and it would just like have like a little remote leash. And all you
Dang,
do is just like watch it walk across the table. And that was it. And
that's
it was see
cool.
through. So you
Ooh.
know it was good. And also from the 90s. You know, like the see through phones?
Oh yeah, and like the
Here,
Mac.
put those here.
Okay.
Ding. That was like how you knew something was modern.
Mm-hmm.
90s was because you could see the electronics.
Yes.
I actually still have that phone. I was obsessed with it and it's blue.
I had like a tealish one, and you could change it
Mine's
to
also
like,
teal.
and then you could change the ringtones to like Rocky.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I had that.
Oh.
Or I didn't know I could do that if that was the case.
It was funny like how cool it was to have like the landline phone in your room, even though we only had one
Yes.
line.
I know, but it was
And I
still
didn't
something
like to
about
answer the
having
phone.
cordless. It was like, yeah, it was like cordless and then also and you could like hear when people are on the line still. They're like,
Hmm.
you're like, I hear you, get off the phone. Kids today would never know the pressure of trying to record that family voicemail.
Mm-mm. Or if you wanted to like call your crush, you'd have to call their home phone.
Like, hi, Mrs.
Yeah.
Jackson. Is Timothy available? This is Kylie.
And then just
Like,
like,
then you just hang up because you're so
yeah.
scared.
You're just
Like, I
like,
can't.
hi. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Did you do your homework? No. Can I copy your notes? Sure. Like you call and then
Yeah.
it like, yeah, that's about how it went back in the
Good
day.
times.
Good times, good times. Horrible times, but good times.
Hmm.
Dating today. Yeah, you had to actually like talking face to face or like flirting was like, oh man, flirting in the 90s. I feel like
Before
this
the
would be a great
apps.
segue.
Hmm.
Before the apps, yeah. It was like you had to I don't even know if you could delete your messages back then. I think you were just like praying your parents. There's no code, there was
Oh,
no
yeah.
password. So you had to be like sneaky with the things that you asked.
Hmm.
Like like what color you wearing is like your undies, right? So weird. That's still a thing, but yeah. I mean, I wasn't that young, but still. Didn't really want my parents seeing that. There's
Hmm.
always the threat of like, I can request your text messages from the phone company,
Yeah,
so
that's
you
what.
better not be writing anything inappropriate. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if that was real or not, but that's what I was told. Is like we can like pull up all of your text messages if we want.
I'm like, do you also have my snake scores?
Dude, Snake was awesome.
Snake was stressful. Let's be real.
It was fun though.
Snake was fun. It was stressful because you couldn't pause it.
Mm.
So was Minesweeper.
Ooh, I like Minesweeper.
Also stressful.
I didn't really understand how it worked until I was like an adult. And I'm like,
I
oh, that would
still
have
don't
been
know.
nice to like have that explained.
Is there
But you
any
had to like rank.
strategic?
Yeah. So
Oh,
like the
I don't
number
know.
tells you how many bombs are around it. So it's like,
I was just like, oh no, numbers. That was my
I thought it was like you just get your score, and then if you can like just
Minecraft.
happen. Mm-hmm.
Or Minecraft, Minesweep, Minesweep.
Minesweep.
Minesweep is here. You can do that at some point over there or wherever you are relative to the
Double Minesweep.
oh the whole screen. We're just like playing like big screen. It's like
So now we're gonna watch Katie play Minesweep live.
oh my gosh, so stressful. Good times. We will be playing games tonight, though.
That's exciting.
Okay, I have two save it for the podcast,
Yes.
and they're topics that came up today on Easter. I'm telling you, that's the best types of conversations, and for ideas for future episodes. So I feel like these would be good ones. I wonder if you'll like them. Number
I
one.
won't.
So today we live semi near the water, so California's huge. Whatever.
Which
You know.
water? You'll never know.
Which water? Which ocean? Which lake? Which pond?
Which river?
So we took a ferry where you like get on the with your car. I know.
You went
I
on
know.
that?
I went on that.
Oh, I've
Wrong
done
with
that in
me.
Seattle.
I
It's
was not the
terrifying.
driver. I was not the driver. I did not agree to it. I was in the very, very back and was like, help. So as we were about to drive on, I'm like, can someone roll down a window? Because
No.
I got scared. I was like, please make sure it's in park. Please put on the emergency.
Oof.
I'm like, not good enough. Someone rolled down a window because there's like 5 of us in the car. And if something were to happen, if we go in that water, if we go down, I am clawing my way out of there.
Yeah, I
Family or
don't
not,
like
I
having
am.
to stay in the car.
You didn't have to, but I did.
Oh.
And because I was in the very, very back and people in front of me weren't getting out. So I was like, well, I'm not climbing over you guys. But also I will, but roll down
Yeah,
a
if we're
window so I have
drowning.
somewhere to go. So then I had the thought, like, what should we do? Like, what do you do if you're in your car and it goes underwater? Because that's honestly like one of my personal
Oh, me
biggest
too.
fears.
Have you seen
Yeah,
Fear
and I know they
Factor?
have. Oh, Fear Factor
Dude, they made him do that in
freaks
Fear
me out.
Factor, and I
I have
watched it,
like a
and I had a
fear
panic
for Fear
attack.
Factor. Wait,
Ugh.
someone did it?
Yeah, like that's been scarred in my
Oh,
mind because I do have a fear of that. And just
yeah.
like watching them, because you basically have to let the water completely like fill up the car to reach equilibrium with the outside. And I was
Right.
like, oh, just doing have to do like the
Yeah,
last
that
oh God. Ugh.
dude, anything about being underwater and having zero control of that, just like, no, thank you. That's what I'm wondering. So that would be a great episode, right? Isn't that a good episode? Like, I know they
Yes,
have the tools. I have that tool in my
I have
car.
it
Like, I think
too.
about that all the time. Unfortunately, I don't know.
Would it
I'm not
work
driving over
underwater?
ferries. I don't know, but we should
We
figure
should
it out.
try
We
it.
should talk about that. Don't go near water with a car in the next until we do that. So just putting it out there. Number two, also involving cars. We were driving and there was like we're driving home from Easter and there was this gentleman who was clearly on something because he was like driving weird. He like gave us the eye and then we were like I was like don't get next to him because we've done our and then my husband's like you should do an episode on road rage. I'm like we have. And thanks for listening. And no, it's okay. I that's fine. And then so I was like, don't pull up next to this guy because we don't want to engage with him. Like, let him do his thing. And so we're like at the light and we're like a little bit, you can't really see, but we're
Yeah,
like,
it's safer to be kind of behind
I'm
them.
like, just let him go. Let him get angry at someone else. And then sure enough, he does. He starts like engaging with someone else and his hands out the window,
Oh
like
my God.
talking to someone and he's driving kind of funky. I'm like, and then my husband and I had the conversation of, he was like, it's kind of crazy that people are just like could be driving on drugs or drinking like
Mm-hmm.
at any given moment, like all the cars on the road, like you don't know who they are, what they're doing, what they've been doing. And then I was like, yeah, it's kind of like we're literally driving around on the honor code,
That I just
like
thought,
the world.
dude.
And it's
I
like
would,
scary. Like
yeah,
people don't honor code,
yeah.
but yet
Mm-hmm.
ah, and it doesn't work. Like there's so many accidents every single year about drinking and driving or being under the influence. Like that would be a crazy episode to do. And it's like, how do we live in a society that accepts the honor code
Mm-hmm.
as from ages 16?
I know that's so
Whatever
young.
that matter. And they have a brain, but it's not done. And it won't be done for another 11 years. And it's just like, what? This is
Yeah, between like the ages of 16 and 18, you have to make some like pretty important like life decisions slash you're given a lot of freedom with your car.
and their hormones. It's like it's just
It's like,
so
you know, it'd
much.
be a
Let
great
alone
time to do. young children, why don't you pick your career with all that going on forever?
Dude, I know. Like, can we just restructure society and what's expected depending on your hormone levels? I mean, come on, man.
For real. There's people that talk about like living their life like according to their like menstrual cycle, because
Yes.
like it's like, you have this much energy at this time, so that's when you can do like
Yeah.
your hiking and running, and then like when you're lower in whatever hormones,
Yeah.
then that's your like chill week and yoga. And
The
I'm like,
Flow app totally
oh,
covers all that. Yeah.
the
And that's why
what?
I feel I have the Flow app.
Oh, it tells you like
This
to.
episode is sponsored by Flow. Just kidding. Jokes. I have the app and yeah, it tells you like what stage you're at and what that means and what foods are
Ah,
recommended and like what
really?
level of activity. Do I do those things? No,
But
but I
it's
would
nice
like
to
to.
know. Ooh, I want
It
to
is
do
nice
that.
to know. Yeah,
Hmm. Interesting, interesting.
right. Makes you feel like a little bit more in control of something you have zero control over. You're like, well, I can do things that make me feel better, maybe. So
Yeah, because you're not even really
cool.
taught about that. Or at least I
No,
wasn't. Like what
no.
those mean, like your different phases and
Cycles and phases. No. Mm-mm. All I know is like wear a condom,
mhm. And you'll bleed once a
STDs.
month.
Yeah, and STDs are everywhere.
Mhm.
And like if heaven forbid you ever get one, you're gonna die. Basically
And
what
go
it
and
like
burn in
on Mean
hell.
Girls, literally like Mean Girls. Don't have sex because if you do, you will get what is it like? You will get not pregnant, but it's like
I don't
and then you'll
remember.
die. Yeah, something like what? You don't remember?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I feel like we should. I wish we could put that. Uh,
Yeah, I feel like that would probably be a
flip.
copyright issue.
Wow, I know. You will get. Is it chlamydia? Mean Girls STD. Don't have sex because you will get pregnant and die. Don't have sex in the missionary position. Don't have sex standing up. Just don't do it. Okay? Promise? Okay, now everybody take some rubbers. That's that was a problematic character.
I don't really remember that character.
He's the the sports coach who's also the sex ed teacher. In the later scenes, it turns out he's like having an affair with one of the students. It's like looking back, it's
Hmm.
not good. You know those things like this didn't age well.
Mhm.
Probably did not age very well. But anyways, okay, that's not what we're talking about. Those are the two topics that I wanted to share with you that I feel like would be good episodes.
Yes. I
And
like
you were
that.
like saying something about honor code driving.
Oh, I just had that conversation with my boyfriend because someone, when we were driving in LA, it's like I was saying like, because some like two or three cars like ran the red light. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, like people do that and they get away with it because they know everyone else is going to follow the like honor code of like, oh, well, we see a car going, even though it's our green light, we're not going to like run into them. So it's like they take advantage.
Yes.
And then we had the same conversation like, isn't it crazy that we've all.
Yeah.
I would like to know the psychology about that.
The free will to not hurt people.
We've all collectively agreed these are our road
These are
rules,
terms
and most
of
people abide
living.
by them.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Like
there's nothing stopping you from just driving however you want.
running people off the road. I mean, there is in the
I mean,
way
you
of
could
like
get arrested and
repercussions,
killed.
getting hurt, but that's where drunk drivers do those things, right? Because their inhibitions are low, whereas we have inhibitions that are not, that are
Hmm.
up, things that do inhibit us from doing that. Yeah. It's pretty interesting. That's like a whole other thing of like, why do we abide by the law? Why are we good people? Why do we follow laws? And why
Yeah, because
don't
is it
people,
like, are we doing, or are we not doing them because the laws exist? Or is it because we're like, quote unquote, like good people and we wouldn't be doing that anyway?
or we're taught and it's a learned thing?
Yeah. Hmm.
That would be a good episode too, but it's not today's episode.
Not today.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Super intense for no reason. Story of my life. Let's see. I had to write a book, that's what would be the title. Super intense for no reason. Anyways, my husband would agree. Do you agree? He's not here. He doesn't even have my burrito yet. How dare he? Okay. Oh, this episode is gonna be so uncomfortable.
I'm excited.
I know. It's like
I've been waiting for this one.
Embrace the cringe is what I'm going to say.
I feel like it's fine because we don't really fall under the category.
For sure. Yeah, we don't at all.
Maybe you a little bit more. So?
You know, me.
No, I think, but it's weird because it's like yeah, anyways, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it. Okay, what are we talking about today, Katie?
We're going to talk about the psychology behind why some people date people that look exactly like themselves.
Yes.
AKA the siblings are dating episode.
Oh my gosh. That was probably the funniest thing you've ever shown me was that Instagram page, siblings are dating. I feel like we should get the person who created that page on here. I wonder what like made them start that. Let's bring them on now. Here they are. Just kidding. It's just my husband with my burrito. Yay. Anyways, I'm excited to talk about this because it's been so long that we originally talked about it. So let's do it. Yay. What would you like to start with? I'm excited.
My things. I found an article which I feel like you probably found too.
Probs.
The 9 reasons why.
Ooh, no, I found different. I feel like it's interesting because we always find different. We always find different things, even though we're not the same people, but and that goes to show we don't have the same Google
algorithm.
Yeah.
This is from Psychology Today. Let's see if I can do this awkwardly.
Oh, it might be the same article.
Is it?
Let's find out.
The 9 reasons why many couples look alike.
I think it's worded different, but let's see if it's the same. We can just make it a discussion piece.
Yeah, I just kind of wrote down the 9 things. Some of them are self-explanatory, and some I like wrote down what they meant. And so we could just kind of talk about them.
Yeah.
If you'd like to start off that way.
I would love to.
Okay. Number 1.
You're like, all right, don't say that word.
Well, I don't want to say. Number 1, in-group bias. So this means like your social network approval and perceptions of similarity and perceived physical attractiveness. So kind of like who you hang out with, what your family thinks is appropriate. Like is what you will be attracted to. And then I think they're saying like in terms of why then that person would look similar is because it's like you're looking for that same group, like that family approval.
Got it.
Type of thing. This is also like weird.
Yeah, it's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird.
It's like, oh, I want my family to approve of my boyfriend, so I will find one that looks like my family. They must like him now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wrote a note that was like, okay, because it's like I guess that also means too of like your perceived physical attractiveness, and then so like that's why you'd want someone that looks like you, because it's like you think you're attractive. And then so I was like, does that explain why my boyfriend doesn't look like me? Because I think I'm ugly.
No.
I'm just kidding. Number
you are
2.
Beautiful, just the way you are.
Thanks. Number 2 is implicit egotism, which is kind of this like similar. It's basically like you are attracted to yourself. And this is kind of say what?
Narcissism.
Kind of. So the this article talks about experiments that these researchers did where they took certain people and then they took a picture of them And then they
Yes. Okay, this is the same
is it the
article.
same one?
Well, it's not the same article, but they talk about this
Yeah, I'm assuming these studies are probably going to be prevalent in all of the um
because they are all the same
yeah, because this is
evidence.
also they do this experiment in the Brain Games episode.
Ah.
So they yeah, they take the participants' picture and then they put like a picture of like whatever gender they are attracted to, and then they blend in the participants' features into that picture to
Yep.
different degrees. And the participants, I don't know if there's a percentage, um, but they more often than not picked the picture that had the most of themselves in the picture. But the
Was
interesting
like a level of being a like basic because I don't know that because we know what we're talking about. So I was
okay,
just gonna like say like
yes.
it was basically a study of attractiveness. Like pick the person you find most attractive, and people kept picking, or most likely most often picking the one that has their faces for over a stranger. So or something that's like a combination of it. So it's like this or this. Like this one is a combination of my face and a stranger, and this is a total stranger with none of my features. Everyone, not everyone, but most people went for the person that has their features.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? And then that could kind of
Mm.
tie into like the familiarity
Yes.
aspect too.
Mm-hmm.
But the interesting thing about this study, or I guess it's a different experiment with like a different group of researchers. They did that test again, but then they they prompted another group beforehand saying like, "Hey, we're testing like incest and like how like often people are attracted to people of their own family or like relations and like relatives." So that was the setup, and then they did the same exact experiment, and the participation or the participants rated the self pictures less attractive. So that kind of
Social pressures.
yeah, so that indicates that the picking of the people like with your features is it implicit it's at the implicit level, and people aren't knowingly attracted to people that look like themselves, which I thought was interesting
Thank God.
on a subconscious level. But there has to be something there that makes it pick them in the first place. But they're like, "Hey, we want to see if you're attracted to your family." They're like, "Nah." I picked the stranger.
Dude, do you have another study or is this the
Those
time for me
were,
to
let's see. Yeah, those were the only ones that I had of
Okay, because I have
studies.
another study.
Okay.
Like this is also from Psychology Today, different article. It was a 2010 study, but this was like in parallel with the study that you just talked about, so it's another one. But same concept except they just wanted to measure, I didn't go into too much detail, but they wanted to measure or track which images people found most attractive.
Mm.
And so what they would do is they would flash an image and then they'd show the picture of the person they're asking, like, is this person attractive?
What was the flash
And
image?
the flash image, thank you, that's a perfect prompt. The flash
Oh,
image would either be a different stranger or their opposite sex parent. And
like their actual parent?
their actual opposite sex parent. So it would be like, so for me, it'd be like my dad. But if you were a dude, it would be your mom. And so before the stranger picture. And majority would pick this picture that had a flash of their opposite sex parent first. Like it would be like a glimpse, like a quick glimpse.
I
And
don't like
so
that.
that same thing of like, why why are we doing that when it's
Mm-mm.
kind of weird? Those were the findings too. It was those two findings were either attract sub let me phrase this properly. Most drawn to those who either look like ourselves or share characteristics of the opposite sex
Parent.
parent.
Yeah, I do have that listed as one of the things, but I didn't have
Right.
any study related to it.
Yeah. So they did that study. And I was like, yeah, nothing.
I don't like that.
Mm-mm. I don't either. Was there, and then do you have more?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
well, there's 9, and I haven't done all of them.
Okay, let's keep going.
So well, 3 you kind of mentioned the familiarity effect.
Yeah.
Studies showed that increased exposure to faces, like just general faces, led to a higher rating of attractiveness. So
Oh,
they
because
just had
you've
to
seen them
flash
before.
like, yeah, like a stranger's face like a bunch of times, and then like at the end be like, oh, okay, which one do you think is the most attractive? It would most likely be the person that they showed the image of the most.
Makes sense. Because you're like, I know that face.
Mm-hmm. Um, Number 4, I didn't really understand that much, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you anyway. Uh, Game theory. So this is the idea that there's only two forces or two main forces for human mate selection.
Mm-hmm.
One is good genes, so preference for the best, and 2 is a self-seeking like, which is a preference for self-resemblance. And then, so the study results showed that, and I don't know what their criteria for attractiveness was,
Mm-hmm.
but it says the more attractive men and women were more likely to be paired together, and that the couples resembled each other in facial features. So it's kind of like the most attractive also had similarities, so they were getting like the best of both, like
Worlds.
the good genes and the self-seeking.
Huh.
What that means
Weird.
with game theory or whatever, I don't know.
Hmm.
Uh,
Like picking with the best of the best of the best, sir.
yes. But it sounds like you can only do that if you yourself are also deemed
Like you have
attractive.
to already, that's kind of like what you were talking about, right? Like the narcissistic slash, maybe not narcissistic, but ego, like feeding the ego
Yeah.
where you're like, I am attractive and I will go for someone who is also like me.
Mhm.
Self-preservation.
Yep. Number 5 is the sexual imprinting, seeking the face of a parent, unknowingly. 6, this is more of like a fact. Well, yeah, the article. So it's a factor of why you choose someone that looks like you.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 is the emotional closeness of your parents can determine like choosing someone who looks like you or them,
Right.
how close you were. Number 7 is similar. So then the rest of these kind of go into more of like what I wouldn't necessarily think it's like would make you look like them or vice
Yeah.
versa. These would just be like something like, oh, this is a quality I'd like in a partner. So it's kind of weird that it's like
Yeah.
then you would still choose someone that looked like you.
Someone like
Um,
published nine things. Like we gotta
you're
feel
like, come
impressive on.
on, we're only
Can't be
at
10. Can't
6.
be 6.
So number 7 is similar social judgments. This one was kind of weird too, is perceived personalities based on looking at people's faces. Um, so people may pair with similar looking partners because they have similar personalities due to other people's judgments of how they look.
That's a little reaching, but
Yeah, I was like, "Mm,
mm,
okay. It's like chicken or the eggs. Like you guys have similar
yeah,
personalities or you look like each other.
right.
Number 8 is matching body type. So it was saying like seeking out someone of similar height or weight, which would suggest a similar lifestyle.
Hmm. Probably still that thing of trying to maintain the familiar.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
then the last one I thought was interesting because it's not necessarily, it's kind of like the opposite. So
Mm-hmm.
it's empathic mimicry. So it's sometimes the couples don't look like each other when they first get together, but over time they start to look more and more like each other.
Is that why my husband and I both have a ponytail?
I was like, so don't worry, there's still time.
No.
Which
Oh my
I can see
gosh.
too. Like if I picture it more as like older couples that like
Yeah.
just don't really care anymore. and they're
A
like,
lot of
"Yeah,
times
we'll wear the
females
same
cut their
outfit."
hair. Yeah.
Mhm. Um, then
Oh
that's
man.
the 9, and then the Brain Games episode is, if you guys wanna watch it, it's
Yes,
season
I do.
3, episode 2, and it's called Laws of Attraction, and they show
Ooh.
a lot of these, experiments in real time, and it's pretty interesting.
Ooh, of course it is.
'Cause you
'Cause
get to
it's
see,
brain
like, the
games.
people's reactions and stuff,
Uh-huh.
which I feel like is missing from when you just read about a study.
Yeah, you wanna, like, see them, like,
Get
watch the
grossed out.
results revealed to them, and they're like,
"This is
lives are
your
changed
mother."
forever. Oh my god.
Like, "This photo is 90% of your mother's facial features," and they're like,
Oh.
"Oh."
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I really
Um,
like that show, just in
yeah, I
general.
actually haven't really watched it in a long time. I wanna watch
Yeah,
it
I
again.
mean, who knows if it's still on, but I remember back in the day watching it.
Timeless, right? Your brain's gonna be the same, so you can watch it over and over again.
Mhm.
The information I found was a little bit about the positive sexual imprinting
Okay.
and like where it was first found or really discussed. And it
Mm.
actually starts with birds.
What?
Yeah, birds and mammals, and so it's
Well,
interesting because
but
I was
they
like,
all
wait,
kinda look
huh?
like each other.
Well, there's a reason for that, right? Okay, so
Ah.
they're saying that parents, this is in the context of birds. Let's just start there. But there's some for a second, I thought you were drinking your microphone. I was like, "What's happening?" Because it looks the same. I was like, "Which is which?"
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Gotta soak it all in. Just
Sorry.
drink it up. Drink up the
Didn't
facts.
mean
No,
to
you're good.
be distracted.
I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" Um, so for I kind of want to put this up here so it's like I'm not just looking down. Like put my notes here, be like, positive
Over the camera.
sexual imprinting. No, has to do with like parents providing like literally a blueprint of what you're supposed to find in a mate subconsciously. So it's not like, little chickens are taking notes like, okay, this is what my
Mama
mate
told
should look
me.
like. Yeah, mama says I should look like mama. No thanks.
Wait, so like the they're subconsciously choosing the qualities of the mom? Or
So
like,
for birds, right? They're imprinted on at a young age. So this was I found this article. It's old. It's okay. It still applies. It's from 1999, and it was in Nature by Darren E. Irwin and Trevor Price. And essentially, it's seen in birds, and the implication of that is that when they get older and it's time for them to mate, they're mating with the right species because there are
mm,
thousands of birds, right? So it's like,
that makes
like,
sense.
ooh, like look at that bird. It's like, no, that's the wrong species.
The
You need to stick
star-crossed
with your
lovers
kind.
of
Yeah.
birds. We're like,
Like
"Mom,
you
but I
can't have a
love her."
parrot and a pigeon together, right? It's not gonna work. So that's why the pigeons gotta stick with the pigeons and the parrots with the parrots. Like peas. And
What?
I don't
Did
know.
you
I was
say
like
like
pigeons.
me?
I said I like peas, but
Peas.
I regret that. Um, and that way they can mate and then okay, so it's interesting. It makes sense, right? You like want to
Mm.
stick with your species. It's not good to just break
I
out
feel
of your
like this is a
species type.
dangerous. We're talking about birds,
Yeah, no, for
not
real. And that's yes, we're talking about birds, bird species, and all species. Please stick with your species, no matter what we're
no.
talking about. It's important. People
Okay,
are
well, sorry. I just
horrible.
feel like it's also like what people would use for like segregation and stuff.
Oh no,
I know, that's why I was
no.
like, no, we're just talking
I
about
thought you
birds.
were talking about like
But yes,
freaking
at the
people with
species
animals.
level,
Like I'm talking like actual
yes,
species,
yes.
not no. Yeah. Mm-mm. You took it a place I did not
I
think
know,
you were taking
sorry.
it.
I just imagined like people
Assuming,
you or even using that science to be
ugh,
like, hey,
ugh, yeah, mm-mm. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking like please humans stay with humans. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, I feel like that's
And
also
birds stick with
illegal.
birds, But there are ligers, so that's a thing. Lions and tigers, that's cool. But it's not really, they don't like, a mule is a horse and a donkey. So they do
Oh
that,
yeah.
but it's not ideal for the long term. Like mules are a little bit like effed up in the brain, You're not supposed to make eye contact with them because
Really?
they're like angry. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know all this.
That or when I was told that they were just messing with me to not. But I'm
Well, I
pretty sure that's
mean,
the case. Oh, my Mac's gonna go to sleep. Pause.
no.
Once, but at one point, this is like very immature of me, and I couldn't resist. But at some point in the discussion, they're talking about postmating, and I was like, postmating, and then it all kind of like came to me. I'm like, postmating, Postmates, postmating. What is if postmating? So postmating is something that occurs after mating. Is that why they call it Postmates? Because you order
Wait.
Postmates after you mate and you get the food. Postmates? Why is it called
Is
Postmates?
that why they call it that?
I doubt it, but I was like,
What else could it mean? That has no food connotation.
you all
Dude.
accepted it without discussing it.
Wow, that's very interesting.
I mean, that's what I do when I Postmate. I Postmate. It's like part of the process.
You have
Just
to.
kidding. My parents are listening, which I don't think they do, so it's fine.
Wow, we
I'm
really
sure
learned
many people
something today.
Postmate after they Postmate,
Makes
or
yeah.
that's redundant. My husband's clearing his throat. I think he's listening. Cough again if you heard that. He didn't cough. Postmate is what we're saying.
Hmm. Yeah,
Just something to food for thought.
I'm gonna look it up.
Pun intended. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then Psychology Today also gave me some more information, and I didn't let. I felt like we should share it.
Oh no.
So there was a okay, back up, pause. What we're about to disclose is not our reflection of how we feel on this podcast. This is
The
the sharing of
information,
research.
what is it? Like the information disseminated on this podcast in no way reflects the opinions of Katie and or Kylie.
You're Not Paranoid
Yeah.
podcast. Please do not take this information as true or advice. Consult a physician before proceeding. Okay. So there's this researchers at the Decode Genetics Company in, okay, I don't know where this is located. I'm assuming it's Sweden because I can't pronounce the name.
Kylie knows
Okay,
how to pronounce every other name except for Swedish names.
it's in southwestern Ireland. I know, sorry, Iceland. So
Oh.
close.
Oh
Close.
yes. The
I wonder how you say that.
they
I'm
got the
gonna say it's
umlaut.
pronounced Reykjavik.
Oh yes, the capital.
Oh, is that?
I
The
think.
capital. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay, cool. From Psychology Today. They found that marriages between third or fourth cousins in Iceland tended to produce more children and grandchildren than those completely of unrelated individuals.
What? What?
The researchers suggested that wait, I want to see your face while I read this. There we go. The researchers suggest that marrying third and fourth cousins may be optimal for reproduction because this degree of genetic similarity may produce the best gene pool.
Well, so you need to have some similarity in
They're saying
your.
that sibling and first cousin couples, were they to mate, what would have inbreeding problems, whereas couples genetically far removed from each other could have genetic incompatibilities. What? Oh, if they're too far removed. So if they're too similar, too many similarities, genetic problems. Too far removed, in genetic incompatibilities. Therefore, third and fourth cousin couples are genetically compatible while having no serious inbreeding problems.
Okay, what's serious? What's
Well,
non-serious?
I think like well, if you're too genetically similar and you have inbreeding, that's where um trisomy was it trisomy 23?
Or hemophilia, like
Yeah.
the one royal family.
Yeah.
They're like, we must preserve the monarchy. You are going to marry your cousin.
Ugh. Ugh. I'm literally like having problems.
It's like, hey, remember that kid you grew up with and was at all the family functions?
Ugh.
Go make babies with them.
Oh my God, you're making us all vomit. I can't. Yeah. So, well, yeah, I guess you're reducing. I mean, I'm just trying to look up like the exact mutations. So,
That you could have with your third or fourth, or like the ones that are like more.
no, like why inbreeding is bad. Basically, it's like if you have issues, then you're basically giving your issues to your offspring, and you're likely to have your siblings are likely to have those issues too. So the odds of those issues
Yeah, because you
being
may be.
removed
Yeah, you
are
may
not
not
good.
have them, like the phenotype of them, but you could still have the gene. But then you can't hide them forever.
So I'm looking up who is the third cousin, and when I've typed in who is a third cousin, just went right there. People are looking this up already. So what is a third cousin? Are they considered family? Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I have a hard time doing
Yeah.
that genealogy in my head.
The third cousin is the child of your parents' second cousin. Your second cousin is okay, let's break this down. Your second cousin is the child of your parents' first cousin. Ooh,
And a cousin is the aunt and uncle.
uncle. You don't have any cousins, huh?
I do.
You do?
Mhm.
Real ones?
Yeah.
Why didn't I know this? Oh yeah, they're far away.
Yeah, they're far away.
Sorry, cousins of Katie. I
That's
remember
fine.
them. You talk about them all the time. Okay.
They're my favorite. My favorite because they're my
Yeah,
only.
yeah, one and only. Okay. So your second cousin would be your mom. Does your mom have cousins?
I think so.
So your second cousin would be your mom's cousin's
Kid.
child.
And then so from there, it's just like the kids of that.
The third cousin is a child of your parent. Yeah, so then their kid.
Okay.
I feel like they would be too young.
Yeah, you'd have to
It
also
depends on
the
like,
time. Yeah, the age is also a.
ooh.
We'll put up a genealogy tree.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. And then it says your children and your third cousin's second, no, your children and your third cousin's children would be fourth cousins. So then
Wait,
because they're related,
so the kid, if you did hook up with your
third cousin.
third cousin, the child is the second cousin's fourth cousin?
No, the kids, your kids would be fourth cousins together,
Oh,
mesh as one.
no.
Like they are each other's fourth cousins.
Oh my God.
Isn't that good?
Oh.
In most cases, your third cousin has a great grandparent whose sibling is your great grandparent. So, like, your great grandparents
That's where it comes
are
from.
siblings.
And then you just branch out from there.
And then it's like they're like siblings, and then it's like da, 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 and then it's like ding, da, 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 da,
I
ding.
don't.
Not good. And then these
Uh,
fourth cousins are like siblings, and then it goes da, 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 and then it comes back to it. It's like a little diamond. Ding, 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 ding.
uh,
I don't like it.
I mean,
Thus, you and your third cousin share a set of great great grandparents because it goes bing. It's literally a diamond. Great great grandparents, great grandparents, parents, cousins, fourth cousins, bing.
But then
And then you are the great grandparents of the next generation of fourth cousins.
but then I wonder, like, with all the familiarity and all that stuff, like, would you find like a more extended cousin attractive?
So I was reading about like why, like in a good way, like why we're not attracted to people like our
That we're
siblings,
related to?
like the opposite, yeah. And it's because of being around each other a lot. I think another one was like the being too familiar, like where
What
it's
up,
like
step
over.
bro?
Ew, oh my God. Being like too in each other, yeah, around each other. And then another one was like talking about how, yikes, can you hear that?
What?
Take it. Um, where there was some competition thing with like you're not attracted to someone who is real like who is also raised by your mom. So stepbrother or like half or whatever sibling. There was some competition there where it's like, no, like, do like that's to prevent that
Or
as
like you're
well.
competing for your mom's attention so that you're not attracted to them.
Something like I
That
think
makes
it
sense.
like it helps because you're always exposed to them all the time. So it's like, no, I want
But wouldn't
something.
that get you ready for
Oh,
marriage?
the tree. I don't like the tree. Our third cousin considered family. Wait, what was your question?
Oh, I was
Basically, would
just
that
saying
get you
like
ready for marriage?
yeah, if you're around someone so much.
Ugh, no. Yikes. Um, Depending on the family, you might know your third cousins personally. Close-knit families who stay in touch, blah, blah, blah. Like a matriarch, patriarch. I'm trying to think who's my third cousin.
I have no idea who my third cousin is.
Wow, there's something called my cousin calculator tool. That sounds scary.
But like, can I date them?
Wait, so my parent. He can literally calculate this. So it's like, how are you related to this common ancestor? Is it your parent or your grandparent or your great grandparent? And then it like helps calculate it for you.
That's nice. My brother is really bad at that and will like tease him. Like when we go to my aunt and uncle's, I'm like, okay, so who is this? I'm like, my cousin. We're like, no.
Everyone's just a cousin in his mind.
Yeah, because I'd be like, okay, so if I had a child, what would they be to you? My cousin? Like, oh my goodness.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, he's not so smart. Just
No, he
kidding.
is. He is. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Ugh.
But
Ugh.
would it, you probably, it would be better than to know who your third and fourth cousins are so you don't accidentally end up dating them.
Oh, you know what we should have done? I don't have any stories of that. That would have been.
Well, I think I mentioned this on another podcast,
I
but
feel like you did.
the one of the girls from Self Helpless podcast, Delaney,
Yes, you did mention
she
this.
she did a stand-up special about first cousins dating because I think some first cousins in her family dated or something, and so then she just interviewed a bunch of
Oh.
first cousins who were together, and according to them and her or whatever, like this third and fourth cousin thing is saying is like it's not actually that taboo as like society makes it.
It's easy to say when they're in that. Mm. I can't stop shuddering.
I know. It's like I could maybe like the third or fourth. I think it's interesting the ratio of like having similar like a similar genetic pool, but with enough sprinkled in of like
Other
differences is
genetics.
actually optimal.
That's what they say in Iceland. So,
Hmm. Yeah, I when I was in school in Scotland, one of my roommates was Irish, and like like that's the joke is like everyone's related.
mm.
And so she had a friend, like she met a friend who was from Ireland, and like that friend brought like friends, and my roommate was joking like, "Oh, we're probably cousins," like, and then they ended up actually being cousins. I think, like an
Dude,
extended whatever, but I was like,
yeah,
maybe that's why a lot of people leave Ireland so that they don't accidentally.
don't have that problem.
Mhm.
Same with Catalina. I think during that conversation, this is probably like a rehaving of the same conversation we had back then, whenever we talked about that. Same with Catalina Island in off California. I met a girl who was from there, and she said the same thing, that people who are born on Catalina, you have to be careful because they're probably related, because people don't leave the island that much. And that was the same thing. It's like, oh, like whatever happened to that couple? They
Mhm.
broke up because they found out they were cousins.
Wow. Yeah, that would be interesting, like to
Ugh.
look back, like when back in the day when we had like smaller like tribes and villages, like how that worked.
No, no, thank you.
I
Because it
mean,
probably, I mean,
we're
and
here
then Romeo,
now.
maybe that's like all the Romeos and Juliets of the world are what gave us the gene pool that we needed. They're just like
Ah.
star-crossed lovers. They're like, we
Mhm.
can't have them, but we want them more. So like the psychology overpowered the genes slash closeness slash
Mm.
availability slash familiarity. Thank you, Romeo and Juliets of the world.
Yes, thank you.
Before you off yourselves. Spoiler alert.
Well, yeah, I guess they didn't have any offspring, so I guess it didn't really help
They
that much.
didn't, but the concept is there. You know what I'm talking about.
They helped.
Yeah.
I mean, they were fictional,
Yankee.
but uh-oh.
My cat is so bad. Get down. One moment, please. Get down. Say hi. Say
Hi, Yankees.
hi. Hey. How do you feel about third cousins? No comment?
It's like, I don't want to talk about it.
How do you actually feel about third cousins? Oh, he's pushing the box.
He's like,
Cool.
no.
Yeah, so long story short, no thank you.
Yeah, small town vibes.
Too small. Everybody, my husband looked at me when I said too small. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick poll. Let me ask him. Well, no, not if it's too small, about the third cousin thing. I want to ask him. Hold on 1 second. What do you think about people who are third or fourth cousins having kids, and that it's more genetically good for reproduction than random strangers? He
What'd
said
he
that's
say?
weird.
That's weird, yeah.
And that's my husband and how he elaborates.
He's my fifth cousin.
Yeah, he's my fifth, so it's okay. No, I mean, we don't. Here's a picture. No, just kidding. We don't look like each other, but we do have similar coloring.
I feel like you guys could be a couple that would end up looking like each other later on.
Like long term.
Mm-hmm.
Like he grows out his hair,
Yeah.
and he also has facial hair, so that helps us look different. But we're both just happy. I don't know. Probably. You're probably right. I feel like we're already starting to look like each other, like you were saying. He doesn't agree.
Well,
You're not part of this, so you don't know what we're talking about. It's okay. I don't want to look like him exactly, obviously. He said, "Why wouldn't I want to look like perfection?"
but bum.
I mean, I can't disagree with that because I'm like, yeah, you're perfect for me. So now he's singing in the garage. But anyways,
I can't hear
yeah,
it, so.
that's good. Yeah, no, I'm just saying this kind of applies to me a little bit. But when I met him, I don't think I realized that we had similar like hair color, eye color. Well, now people are gonna know what he looks like.
No, but
But
it
it's
doesn't
okay.
like look like you can have the same
Yeah,
hair color,
beach,
not look.
like yeah, and look different. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna say it. I agree.
I
Agreed.
concur.
I concur. Oh, concur. Same thing but different. You, on the other hand,
Yeah, that's why I wonder if it's something in my genes because I have a lot of recessive
mm-hmm.
features, and so I have not dated anyone that looks anything like me slash is the same. I mean, and honestly, I've only dated like a few people, so it's not like I have like this huge like thing.
It's just
But
like everyone looks exactly like you. Like no one looks like me. It's like
yeah, I don't think. Well, the one person was white, but I'd say like the other are not even my same like ethnicity.
mm-hmm.
So
And
I
what's that
wonder
all
if
about?
I wonder if that's because like they have more dominant genes, so at some level it's like the like I need like my genes aren't like strong,
Mm-hmm.
so like I need to have a partner that has strong genes
You're like, they
or
will keep
something.
us going. Yeah.
I don't know.
But tell us, why do you like the type that you like? No, I'm just kidding. You don't have
Well,
to say it. So what features do you like? What do you like about them? I know personality versus looks is such a weird thing, right?
mhm.
It's all of the above. But yeah, so that's why people are seemingly attracted to similar looking people, and hence the game that we want to play called
Yeah.
Siblings or Dating.
Ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
which is an Instagram account called Siblings or Dating, right?
Mhm.
That
Yes.
Katie found. How did you find that, by the way?
I don't know, probably someone like posted something from them and then I was hooked and it's because the whole
Nonstop.
thing is like you play the game, so they'll show the picture of the couple and then you like they'll do it on stories first and then the
Mm-hmm.
post you'll have to like slide to see if
To find
it's
out.
yeah. So,
Mm.
do you
And
want
like it
do
goes
you
both ways.
play?
It's like they could be actually related or they could be actually be a couple and you're like,
Yeah, it's
what?
like I feel like the more they look alike, the more likely they're dating. But
But
then if
also
it's
what they're
like
doing.
yeah, and then if it's like a really weird, like somewhat intimate pose, then they're more likely to be siblings. I don't know.
Oh, no,
Yeah, and
thank
who
you.
knows? It's a very popular account now, so who knows if people just send stuff in to be like risque or whatever to
Right,
get
right. We were
on
talking
it.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. I can't wait.
I was gonna do this one as the first one.
Oh my God. Yes.
I got permission to show this.
You did? That's
Yeah, so
amazing. Oh my God. Could you just please submit it?
I
Like,
have.
you have?
Yeah, I DM'd them a long time ago, so I don't know if I can DM them again.
Maybe you have
But
to tag them in your story or something. I don't know.
yeah, I'll tag
Just
them.
like
I'll put it on our account and then tag them.
just be like, we're actually dating, and then they post it and you're like, no, we're actually siblings. Like,
But we
just
are
make it
dating.
like we're siblings who are dating. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God. It's so gross.
All right. So I figured I can just like
Oh,
scroll and then if you like want me to pick on one,
dude. Oh, I
that's
already feel uncomfortable.
oh, but I don't know if it's gonna show on the like the side, so don't read the
No,
comments.
people are just guessing.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say uh
I'm gonna
sib
say
I'm gonna
dating.
say siblings.
Oh.
But see, like, what? I would never pose with my brother like prom style.
Chin is like resting on her head and they look
Yeah,
like so happy. Why?
it definitely
That
looks like it.
person says, Xena the goddess, why this pose? I agree, Xena. Why is that happening? No, no, no.
Oh, that's a famous one. I think I know what that is. So
Wait, for real?
that's a Rams football player and his I
His
think
sister.
fiance.
No, no, no. She has a ring.
I think this is the one that
No.
proposed to her after they won.
Dude, they are the same person.
Like the nose,
The eyes, the
the way the
eyebrows,
eyes when they
the
smile.
ears.
Yeah. Let's
Oh,
find.
oh, oh no. The more you watch it, the more uncomfortable it gets for
Oh, look
sure.
at those people.
Oh, they're
Oh, they're dating.
definitely dating. Please God, tell me they're dating.
No, you don't want them to be dating. They look exactly alike.
No, but also, but it's worse if they're not.
I think that's
Okay.
worse that they're dating. These people have the exact same
Okay,
face.
yeah, now that we're processing, everything is the same. Their hair, their eyes, their teeth,
The smile.
eyebrows, their color.
Even their
Ew,
like
ew, ew.
complexion.
Okay, you know what the true test is for these things is to do, because if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with face swaps, is to
Mhm.
face swap them and see if
Mhm.
they look like the same person
Well,
still.
there's usually in the comments they're like this is just this face swap of like the same person.
Dude, it does look like that. That's now I feel worse. Yeah, that's not good.
Hmm. Just tell me when.
Uh, ooh, ooh,
This?
the eyebrows one.
This one? That
Yeah,
one. This one.
that one.
Hmm. That's hard because she's wearing a lot of makeup.
But I see the eye, like in the, they're definitely siblings.
Really? I was gonna say dating.
I see it in the eyes and the lips and the nose. Oh,
They're dating. Yeah, I guess I can see
um,
it.
the eyes
I
and
mean,
the
it's hard to tell because
lips.
his face is kind of like at a different angle,
Yeah.
but it looks like similar face shape, like
Mm,
the angled jaw.
yeah. I don't like that. Next.
Their
This is
moms
too
do their
fun.
eyebrows.
That's amazing. They moms.
They moms.
Oh no, no,
Oh
no, no, no,
no,
no, no,
no. These
no,
people look
no, no,
exactly the
no.
same.
Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm,
That's gonna be dating, and I
mm-mm.
don't like it.
Oh,
Oh, okay. These
no.
people look exactly the same. I don't.
Doesn't help they're both sticking their tongues out though.
It's like the
And they
same
have the same
pose,
haircut,
same.
same little mustache,
I don't.
same like stature, body type.
Yeah. This one just looks a little bit different shade.
Different. Okay, one has braces, one doesn't. It's like we're trying to find the differences in those like little games we'd play as kids. Like, please find some differences. Dude. Okay, next.
Exact match. I don't know if what this is. Oh, this is just making fun of people.
Oh, that they're actually like dating. Yeah.
Yeah, the same
For a
person.
second, I was like, that is literally the same person. And then it
I
actually
know.
is,
I
thank
was like,
God.
I don't want to know about that.
Oh, I know where
Like
this is
this.
going.
So this is a picture of two people in bathing suits, and I'm gonna say siblings because it's a weird
His
picture.
and his ew, but look at her hand. She's holding his
Yeah,
hand.
so like he has his hand kind of on her hip, but then she's like holding the fingertips
Of his
of
hand.
that hand.
Like he's not holding her, he's just like resting. Oh no,
Yeah,
I don't like this.
I feel like they don't look like in the face, they don't look very similar.
Yeah.
Okay, good. They're dating.
Mm. Wait. Oh, I got scared. I was like, which one is it supposed to be? Why isn't he holding his girl like properly?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Super awkward.
I
Okay,
don't
I
know.
feel slightly better. I got kind of scared on that one. Oh, oh,
Oh, this one with the hand holding.
oh,
I feel like these are always interesting.
oh.
I wouldn't say siblings. I'd say maybe like cousins. Maybe they're third or fourth cousins.
Ooh, no, but look at their brows and smile.
The cheekbones, definitely.
Cheekbones. Oh no, they're siblings. Oh no, they're siblings. Oh,
They're
thank God.
dating.
That is worse. But they have the same hair. She looks like copy, like a guy version of his.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is so hard.
I will say I know. Oh, I don't know if that would give it away.
That one looks like you and your brother almost.
This one?
No, the one above it.
That one? This one. Which one?
Oh, all of them. No, no, this other one has to be they're
So
siblings.
they are.
They're siblings.
Yeah, she's standing behind him. She's got her hand kind of like on, oh, both hands, like on his chest,
Hex.
grabbing from behind. Dating.
Oh, they look like they're siblings. That's worse.
They look like siblings.
I want it to be not worse, but it always is.
And then you can just keep going down the rabbit hole. This is a picture of people in bathing suits, and the
Please
girl is
God be
sitting on
dating.
the guy's lap, and he's got her hand on her waist. I'm gonna say siblings. Siblings. I like. Would you ever like sit
No.
on your brother's lap in a bikini and have him grab your waist?
And have them like resting their faces against each other.
Yeah. I just.
This is another picture.
Oh. Oh, it's the poll
Oh,
from the story.
oh, people.
66% of the people thought they were dating.
They look like they're dating.
Cause see,
Mm-mm.
they don't look.
Maybe they're step. Let's make it okay.
Mm.
People are just like incest. So
Oh,
horrible.
they look the same. These people look the same. Let's see.
Oh,
We'll do this
so
one
there's that other
first.
couple. Oh wow, they're
I would
dating.
like to say siblings because they look so similar, but I'll probably say dating too.
Um,
Yep.
yeah. Editing. No.
And this one, I'm gonna say
Oh, they're
dating.
dating.
They look exactly the same. Just maybe this guy's ears are a little different.
Yeah.
Dating.
Oh, that one's bad. That one's so
55%.
bad. Yankee doesn't like this. He will not participate. Oh, oh.
I like someone asked both.
Yankee, what do you think?
Did you ask him because they're redheads?
What? Yeah, are those your third cousins?
Yes.
He's looking at the screen. He's thinking, oh, he
Oh,
doesn't like it.
so that means they're dating.
He doesn't.
He really doesn't like it.
What do you think?
Yankee's like pushing himself as far away as he can.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, he's had enough.
He's like, this is sick. You people are sick. This is what he said to me just now. He also likes to bite my ankles, so I'm gonna protect myself.
Oh,
Okay, go on.
I think this is dating.
Siblings. Oh,
Dating. I'm telling you,
why?
the more they look alike, they're dating, and the pictures that have like awkward posing with like a lot of touching are siblings.
Please no. Okay, one more. 'Cause I
Okay,
can't take this anymore.
let's do a random. Oh, it doesn't go that fast. Like this. Do you want to do this one? Remove the
That.
glasses. This one.
Mm-mm.
Keep going.
Keep going. Okay, that one right there in the middle.
This.
Yeah,
This.
right
This one.
above it. Yeah.
This one.
That one.
Oh, it's a video. Sometimes people make these and then they like are making out in the last. picture. Yeah.
Ah,
Like as a joke, I think. We
that's
won't count
horrible.
that one.
That's a horrible joke. We don't like that. Oh. There's no way
I
there's
feel like
people
this
with the
isn't
glasses.
that's an example of looking like
The
each other after a
overtime.
while.
Yeah. I will say my husband and I find ourselves wearing the same outfits.
That's how
Like,
it starts.
yeah. Hey, get away from my papers.
What about that one? They're wearing the exact same outfit.
That's weird. That's like my face the whole time is just so uncomfortable. He's licking my papers. Yankee, leave him. Okay, you pick the last one. Oh,
I think this one.
oh, oh no. Oh no, no.
I want to say siblings.
They're dating. I can tell.
Dating.
Oh, they're the same.
Exactly the same, except for the guy has a little bit longer
I
face.
wonder if they, yeah, but if you just look at the face, it's the same
Oh
face.
yeah.
His head is a
Even
little bit
like with
longer.
her lipstick, it looks like
Yeah.
well, they could have been smooching before, I guess.
If you see me like all curled up, I'm like, I don't like this. This is so not
Yeah, there's
good.
some
Oh my gosh.
when I look at their stories, I have to like show whoever I'm next to and be like, "Oh my
Like,
God, look at this." And then I just look like a
look
weirdo.
at it.
Look at
Look
it.
at it. Oh
So
my gosh. Oh,
that's been siblings or dating. Boop, boop,
dude, it's like, oh my gosh.
boop.
No, thank you. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. I'm done.
It's
I'm
a
done for
very
today. This is too
interesting.
gross. We told you this podcast would be gross sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You just didn't think it'd be this kind of gross.
But now you know why.
Now you know why. Are you dating your third cousin?
Let us know.
Not you, but listeners. Like, is that a thing? Because I know, like, they say that, like, yeah, with like the royal family and like those things, they like try to keep it in the face. It's just,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
send us your
Your weird
family
stories,
dating stories.
family
Or do you
dynamics,
look like,
or
or have people told you you look like your partner?
yeah.
Send us
Did you do it on
pics.
purpose? Like, did you not? Do you guys dress the same?
Mm-hmm.
Make me feel a little better. It's just, I'm just thinking of all the pictures. It's addicting. Once you start, yeah,
Yeah,
we
it
are
can
not
be.
responsible for any addictions that may come out of this app, like, or on Instagram, because
It's a real
addicting.
addiction.
It is. You can't stop. And then you feel like you guess it, and then you, at some point, you're gonna get fooled. So that's what makes it so classic.
Yeah, and it's funny they'll post people's like DMs of like they try to make rules for the account like, oh, if there's pictures of them hiking, it's definitely like dating. Or then they'll
Dating.
be like, if it's this, they want you to think it's siblings, but it's actually dating.
Yeah.
So then it's, blah
You
blah
feel
blah.
like you got it figured out,
Yeah.
even though you really don't.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. Dang. Well, I feel like we gotta just wrap it up because I'm grossed out and I
What
still
else
need to eat
is
my
there to
burrito.
say?
Yeah.
I
Good
hope you
luck
still
to
have an
me.
appetite.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Okay.
Dang.
That was
Thanks
fun.
for listening, everyone. I feel like we should play more games like that. That was like super fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be a good one to watch on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Take a minute or however long this is, get on there. You could still work and listen and then like glance at the screen. I've actually
Hmm.
done that when we're watching our episodes. It's quite fun. It's fun to see our like facial expressions and our how we look when we talk. It's a quite the experience.
Hmm.
And yeah, that is all. So we appreciate you.
Yes,
As
thank you.
the other podcast hosts say, maybe we should say this more. We love you. We cherish you. We thank you for your time here today. We know you could choose any podcast, and we thank you for choosing ours.
What's that
So they do
from?
that.
Or did you
several
make that up?
podcasts. No, several podcasts I listen to do something
Mm,
along those lines. Like, we thank you for your time. Like, just like brutal, not brutal, but like just, breaking the fourth wall,
mm.
honesty. You could have gone anywhere today, but no, you chose us. It's almost like the You show.
Ah,
You were
yes.
scrolling through the apps in your phone. Would you use Spotify or would it be Apple? It didn't matter because you knew you were coming for us. We're on both platforms. And
It's
then you
called
saw
us.
us on Instagram and you knew it was
Mhm.
time to listen to us. And here we are. You and us. This is us,
Together.
not the show. Together. Thank you for your time. And that is all. I could keep
Thank
going.
you.
It's so entertaining. I entertain myself. Maybe Katie. I think she just laughs for fun, but it's fine. As long as they're having fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, have a good week and we'll see you on the show next time. Also, if you have stories, send them to us because guess what? I've saved this. I just dropped it. Here we go, reaching down. Drop it on the ground. We have these wicked awesome. You're not
Stickers.
paranoid stickers. Check it, check it. It catches the light. It's gorgeous. It can go on anything. Stickers for stories. Send them our way. Put them on your stuff.
You
Stickers
send us
for
a
stuff
story,
for stories.
we will send you a sticker.
Because we appreciate you and you
Indeed.
appreciate us. And
Hmm.
really, that's all. That's the reason we're here is to
Give you stickers.
give you stickers and to create a community and society of people who feel understood. And we reward you with stickers and and your fame, 10 minutes of fame on the story with the podcast. So,
Yes.
or on the podcast with the story. You get what I'm saying? It's all good. All
Hmm.
right. Have a great evening. Here's some more sticker grooviness for you. Thank you. And good night.
Good night
Or
and goodbye.
good morning.
Good
Good day.
morning.
Good afternoon. Till next
Say all the
time.
greetings.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Mm.